He had a nickname by many people. One was my brother-in-law. When he was born, he named him Bubba because Bubba was just always bubbly to him. He just gave him like, I guess he would tell me like goosebumps in his stomach because Dominic was always smiling at him and laughing and whatever when people would play with him. And he had a bouncy seat, and we never really had to hold him because he wanted to sit in his bouncy seat and just bounce all day long until he was tired or until he ate or needed a diaper change. He would just bounce. He was full of energy. And Ali and Dominic were like peas and carrots. They had each other's backs all the time. Regardless if they did have discrepancies between each other, they still looked out for each other.
I think that was the beauty in our relationship, is that we picked up where we lacked. Like, I was always the serious one. I was always like prioritizing, making sure. And he was always like, hey, remember to smile. Hey, you know what I mean? Remember to have fun. That's what made us like inseparable. From what I could tell, Dominic was just very positive reinforcement to everybody. He knew how to be stern while still being kind about it. Obedient,
popular, and a lot of people liked him.
Respected.
Yes, and respected because of his just attitude all the time. It's just positive, and the bubbliness and the funniness, the humor is just being sarcastic around people, and everybody just seemed like they knew how to take him because
he always wanted the best for that person.
Yeah, it seemed like when he was born, though, they said it seemed like Dominic had an old man's soul. He had just maturity all the time involved in it. It's like him being a mature child for some reason. Like, he could relate, even though he was young, he still would relate to others and adults or anybody to change.
And to, even further that, me and his best friend Justin Bear were talking about how at the beginning of cancer, he knew right away. Like, the way to beat cancer is to live life and to be happy underneath, under all circumstances. Even when everything seems, unbeatable, even when everything seems terrible at that moment in time, he always remembered to be happy. And I feel like that's what got us all through the process. That's what made this, a little bit easier for everybody, was because he was just always so positive. And it's crazy to me because I'm still having to go through life-learned lessons, to learn stuff like that. And him at the very beginning knew, like, I gotta be positive. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna make the best out of this. And now I tell myself every day, no matter what the challenge is that, you could cry or shed your couple of tears, but at the end of the day, you gotta make what's best of it. I believe in him giving us the strength to be able to deal with this today. I remember when I came to the hospital and him and my mom were crying. And I was like, Dominic, what are you crying for? And he was like, I don't want to see the two strongest people I know, the two strongest women in my life, be burdened by me and crying over me. He was like, I just want you guys to be happy and to be strong. And I think that just really stuck with us. I did not realize the impact he had made on so many families.
The community, the school, his friends.
I remember the second time he had cancer, there was a little kid, he was about 2 years old, that was next door to Dominic, and his parents were at work. So Dominic would go and sit with him, either in the playroom or in his room, and play games with him. And he would tell us, he was like, don't feel bad for me, because he was like, I have so many people that love me, that help me, and that want to be here for me. And he was like, and then we have kids like them next door.
And the moral of it all, Dominic has been baptized several times on different occasions, and he understood a little bit about Christianity and our higher power, our Father, and the Son who...
And even with that little bit of background knowledge, he still found the power to hold faith at all times.
Yes.
I think that a great way, a simple way of honoring Dominic is just paying it forward to the next person. Yes. Taking that time to hold that door open for that elderly lady that comes out. Taking the time, to offer help to anybody, hey, do you want a water? Or, just asking people how they're doing and, just being friendly, period, because we don't realize that the smallest act really does go a long way.